Okay, so like, you know how everyone's always asking, can you really learn to be innovative? Like, are some people just, I don't know, born with that eureka gene or something?
Right, right.
Well, get ready, because today we're going deep. We're diving into the mind of an engineer who spent over 30 years building the coolest things.
Oh, wow. 30 years.
Yeah, I know. We're talking everything from aerospace parts,
Aerospace parts, so like rockets.
yeah, to, wait for this, a golf practice device.
Hold on. Aerospace parts and a golf practice device. That's quite the range.
I know, right? But that's what we're going to unpack today. He literally combines sports and engineering. We've got his insights straight from the source. And then, my awesome colleague here is going to help us like decode what it all means for you.
Awesome. I'm excited to dive in. So let's kick things off. That whole idea that innovation is like some magical talent that you either have it or you don't.
Yeah, totally. It's kind of like, I know, saying only certain people are born to be athletes, right? Yep.
Yeah. Like some natural talent might help, but to become a champion.
You got to train.
Yeah.
You got to have like the right techniques.
Right. It takes dedicated practice. And our engineer source, he absolutely believes that innovation is a learned skill. And he lays out a framework of 4 key pillars, really.
Okay, so pillar number 1, mindset.
Yes. Mindset is key. It all starts with a growth mindset. That's that belief that, you can always learn and grow and find solutions, even when things get tough or you feel stuck.
So like, instead of hitting a roadblock and being like, well, that's it, I give up.
Exactly.
You see it as a challenge and you're like, okay, how do I get around this or over it or even through it?
Exactly. That's where the second pillar comes in. Creative framework. These are like tools, right? They help you, think outside the box.
Ooh, I like that. Tools for your innovator's toolbox. I'm writing that down.
One example is SCAMPER. Remember that golf practice device?
Yes.
Okay, so with SCAMPER, you ask questions like, could I substitute a material like to make it more eco-friendly? Or could I combine it with something else, like a smartphone app, to track progress?
Oh, so it's like a recipe for innovation. Like you have your core ingredients.
Right.
But Scamper gives you all these ways to blend them together.
Yeah.
And create something new.
There's another framework called a TRIZ, and this one's all about resolving those contradictions in your design.
Okay, like what?
Like, let's say you want to design, I don't know, a golf club.
Okay.
That's both super lightweight, but also incredibly strong.
Oh, tough combo.
Right.
Yeah.
So TRIZ would guide you through that, like analyzing that contradiction and finding innovative solutions.
Cool.
It's about pushing those boundaries.
It's funny, this whole combining thing, our engineer totally gets it. I mean, who thinks to blend sports and engineering?
Right. It's that cross-disciplinary inspiration.
It reminds me of, how the printing press was invented.
Oh, yeah.
Blending the mechanics of, like a wine press, with the concept of movable type.
That's such a good example. Because when you expose yourself to all these different fields and ideas, that's when the real magic happens. You start making connections that, other people might miss.
So we've got the mindset. We've got our tools, our frameworks. And now we need to look for inspiration in, like, the most random places.
Yes.
What's next? What's that last piece?
Action. Taking action. Our source really emphasizes this. Prototype, test, repeat. Don't be afraid to experiment, to build, to test.
Yeah.
To see what works, what doesn't, and then, refine it. It's that continuous cycle of improvement.
Oh, this reminds me of that Thomas Edison quote. I haven't failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work.
Yeah.
But like that resilience, keep going, keep iterating. That's how you reach success.
And embracing failure is so important. Each failure, really, it's valuable data. It's telling you what needs to change, what needs to be tweaked or maybe even abandoned. Okay,
so our engineer's given us these 4 pillars for building that innovative muscle. But he also talks about AI, which, it's everywhere these days. He sees it as a powerful tool, especially for simulations and pattern recognition.
It's like having a super-powered research assistant, right? So let's say you're designing, I don't know, a new type of aircraft wing.
Okay.
AI can run all these simulations to test different aerodynamic properties.
Oh, wow.
And that helps you optimize the design, make it super efficient.
That's amazing. But he also points out that, human creativity, intuition, experience.
Yeah.
You can't replace those.
Exactly, because AI is great at processing all that information, finding patterns, but it doesn't have that spark of human ingenuity. It can't truly understand human needs or desires or emotions even. And those are often the driving force behind the most impactful innovations.
So it's like AI can help us improve what we already know.
Right.
But to come up with those game-changing ideas, the ones that totally shift our perspective,
Yeah.
that takes human insight. That ability to connect those seemingly random ideas, to think way outside the box, that's what makes us different.
So think about a challenge you're facing right now. Could AI help you approach it differently? Maybe provide you with some data or insights that could spark a new idea. It's really exciting to think about the possibilities, when humans and AI team up.
Totally. And you know what? Our engineer friend left us with some really great advice for all the aspiring innovators out there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He says, stay curious. Never stop asking why or what if. Challenge those assumptions, explore those new ideas, and be open to learning from, the most unexpected sources.
Like that story about the Post-it note. What started as a failed attempt at making, a super strong adhesive ended up being a product used by, millions around the world. It's a perfect example of embracing what you might call, a failure and seeing its potential. It's about turning those setbacks into breakthroughs.
Exactly. And he also emphasizes learning from others.
Yeah.
Especially people outside your field. I once took this workshop on storytelling techniques.
Oh, cool.
Used in filmmaking.
Yeah.
And it totally changed how I approach giving presentations at work. Sometimes the most unexpected connections lead to the best ideas.
Totally. Step outside your comfort zone, Talk to people from different backgrounds. Go to events that aren't in your industry. Read books on topics you know nothing about.
Right.
You just never know where that spark of inspiration is going to come from.
So the big takeaway here is that innovation, it's not some magical gift. It's a skill.
Yeah.
You can develop it through practice, having the right mindset, and that willingness to learn and grow.
So what's one small step you can take today to, start cultivating your own innovative potential?
That's a great question. Something for all of us to think about. We hope this deep dive gave you some valuable insights and maybe even ignited that innovative spirit in you.
Definitely.
Let us know what resonated with you and keep those innovative minds churning.
Yeah. Keep innovating.
All right. That's it for today. Thanks for tuning in.